Hello everyone, welcome back to Sports Khabri, Curious Harry and Arun Foot. I'm Rahul, with me are Hiren and Arnava. Guys, yeah, we had a bit of a break. We weren't here for a few days, but we're back and we're here to discuss Mumbai City FC versus NorthEast United FC, and it was quite comprehensive in the end, 4-1. But if you really speak about this game, it started early. Mumbai started dominating proceedings quite early on. Two goals to Vikram Pratap in the third and the 10th minutes. And then they had added a third before half time. So Northeast were never really in this. Even in that first half, after those two goals, it wasn't like they were, really pushing for a comeback. It didn't look like there was any opportunities given to the Northeastern side at all. I know you're the Mumbai City fan. It's coming to you about this victory. What do you make of this victory? And I mean, how strong win is this with regards to their title credentials this season?
Good evening, everyone, and good to see both of you back. Hiren, you're back from work, and Rahul, you're better. Last 2 days I had to do it on my own, so good to see you both back. I'm very happy today because I think Mumbai City is finding its groove, at the right time of the season. I think that's the danger. Not only them, but you've seen that with Mohun Bagan as well in the last few weeks. That these two teams are sort of setting themselves up for a potential showdown in their last game. They play each other, and from that perspective, also from an Indian football perspective, it is great to see that Peter Kratky actually is willing to try an Indian front three and an interesting front three where Vikram has been getting a lot of time this season from Des Buckingham initially and also from him. Bipin, he's brought him back into the fold. Changte in an unusual position, and also you see the influence of Opuya who missed a few matches as well, and yeah, that's good news for Mumbai City, but also I guess in a few days for the Indian national team.
Yep, absolutely. And a player that sort of stood out, people are mentioning in the chat, Rohit and Binod. Vikram Pratap Singh, hat trick for him, the highest Indian goal scorer of the season so far.
First of all, hello to everyone, and good to be back. Quite an interesting match, to be honest, and what a season Vikram Pratap Singh is having. I mean, really incredible to see an Indian player playing like that, to be honest. And today, the first goal, the way he controlled the ball and the finish and the positioning, I think if you see all the three front attackers of the Mumbai City today, they are not, you can say, height wise, they have a great advantage, or physicality wise, they looks you can see muscle up everything. But I think still they hold the ball very nicely against the defenders. So that's the quality they possess, and the decision making in the box and the positioning in the box, particularly Vikram Pratap Singh. In earlier matches, also when he scored two goals, we have seen that despite his you can say height, he makes those you can say challenges and those you can say half chances into looks like a real chances. So that's the quality he possesses, and the great this season I think is the last season. If we talk about any Indian player, then it will be Changte. For me, this season from Mumbai City, it all about the Vikram Pratap Singh. The way he play throughout the season is absolutely brilliant. We see in the Champions League also, despite Mumbai City losing the matches, he saw that commitment, that character. I think that's the personality he possesses, and I think that's a great, as sir mentioned, it's a great thing for national team also because we have very crucial matches for national team. So it's a good to see Vikram Pratap Singh in this great form, and this is a second hat trick in this whole season after Chimachuku. So that's also quite a good to good thing to see from the Indian player particularly, and that hope so he continues this form.
Yep. Thanks, Amal. Doing much better. Andaman, coming to Changte, he's playing that number nine, bro. Sort of false nine, if you like, because he's not a traditional number nine. Are you sort of worried that although the goals are coming for Vikram, they're not coming as much as for Changte? And you can see at times he's got a bit of trouble, sort of bending his run like a number nine does, and these small things that probably would affect the outcome when it really comes to it, and it comes to those crunch situations. Do you think Peter Kratky has now tried it and sort of thought, what, let me push Changte back wide, or do you think he should stick with this?
If Pereira Diaz is fit, Pereira Diaz starts, and you saw the difference. When Pereira Diaz came on, that a natural number 9 is a different thing than to a false number 9. The only difference is, which is of value to Mumbai City, is if you see the front three, that they possess the speed to put pressure on any defense. That I think that is the biggest value. And of course, you're saying Changte was not as much as as a natural number 9, but don't forget Changte scored in the last 2 games, and that is something which I thought the commentators today said very, very well multiple times, that Changte is no longer a one-dimensional player. So that is, I think, a huge development. In the past, you would say, listen, put Changte on the left wing, let him run, right? Des used him on the right wing. Now Peter Krutke is using him in the middle. So there are options for us coming about. I'm looking from an Indian football perspective, which makes it very interesting, where Vikram and Changte can play in different positions than their natural position. So therefore, if you play with a 4-2-3-1, potentially, putting Changte as a false 9 and having maybe Sunil behind him or something of that. So there are different options. If you're not going to play Sahal, or Brandon at the moment is not where we need him to be. So therefore, this gives you options. And of course, I feel I don't know what the others think, but I feel that the way Vikram has played and the attitude that this boy has been showing over the last 4, 5, 6 years. I remember the under-16s when he was captain, right? He might be the natural heir to Sunil Chhetri down the road, and that is something good. We need someone like him to step up, and he's doing it in a way. And you see, that he knows where to position himself. The second goal, he's alert. A lot of players, you see, I think it was Sandeep who forgot, there could be someone behind me if the goalkeeper, doesn't get it away. And that is sort of also something which we saw the other day in the derby with Jason Cummings, being alert. Liston Colasso was alert. So this alertness, and therefore I feel it's let's see what happens.
Yep, for sure. Roshan's also saying that Changte did score against Jamshedpur, like typical number. I think the point I was trying to make is, if you see the way he scored even against Jamshedpur, and even so I think there was one moment today where he nearly scored, but then I think he was given offside. But they're very similar. I think he's a guy who will, if he has to play as a centre forward or a striker, he needs space in behind the defense, and without that is probably when I think I would see him struggle. And that's why I was suggesting that probably be better for him to play out wide itself and run at defenders. But yeah, I mean, it's working for him. He's still scoring the goals, so fair play. Yeah, he didn't, but Mohun Bagan are chasing, and they're very close. It's so close, this title race. They're 3 points behind. They've got 2 games in hand, and we saw them put away East Bengal the other day. So yeah, where do you stand as far as the race for the ISL title is concerned?
Definitely the race is one of the till now the most exciting one in the ISL history. But I think pressure is on Mohun Bagan because you have a two game in hand, but you have to win it. And we see this season that the team who have a game in hand didn't able to capitalize the way we wanted or the way we fan as a make a calculation. Example is FC Goa. FC Goa always have a game in hand. And, they also get onto the top of the table, and then they, you can see their form is deep. And yesterday also they drew with the Punjab FC. So I think that is the pressure of the table race. And Mohun Bagan next match is Kerala Blaster, so that's makes it quite interesting. And as we discussed earlier, behind the scene, that the last match is between Mohun Bagan and Mumbai City FC. So if both the teams manage to win all their remaining matches, then the last match eventually will be the final, and that will be the, you can say, cherry on top moment. I think for this season's title race, that will be perfectly set it up. So I think Mohun Bagan is also in a great, you can say, key momentum with the derby win. I think the way they played in that match also. So it's quietly, you can say, कि perfectly जो मतलब हम एक एक्साइटमेंट चाहते थे कि थ्रू आउट दी सीजन रहना चाहिए, उसी तरह से अभी तक तो आगे बढ़ा है। अभी तक मतलब क्लियर कट, जैसे आपने बोला कि यू कांट से कि दिस टीम विल विन, you still need still had a 2-3 teams in a mix. I think that's the you can say the great difference.
Yep. I've been saying probably go to the last day, and I mean it'll be really fun if it does. Rachit saying Mumbai City scored the most goals and conceded the least this season. It's true, but I mean the statistic is a little skewed because Mumbai played 19 and has scored 34, and you've got Mohun Bagan who've played 34. I mean, played 17 and scored 34. So if you actually look at it, if you average it out, they would in this statistic Mohun Bagan would always place higher because they played fewer games and the average goal count is more. And the same for goals conceded because Mumbai have conceded 17, but you've got Odisha and Goa who've conceded 17 and played 18 games. Oh, no, I'm sorry, my bad. Yeah. Mumbai would top this chart for least goals conceded at the moment.
But it doesn't count, right? I mean, this whole math thing does not count at all because it's if you're same on points, it's head to head. So therefore, this whole
Absolutely doesn't matter.
calculation
Absolutely doesn't matter.
also, with teams like Chennai, I think -8, -9, -10, it doesn't matter if you're better than whoever you are, same on points. It's a relatively easy thing. So therefore, goal difference normally, as you look at the Premier League race, their goal difference is very, very important. So Arsenal's huge wins have helped them to go to the top.
Yeah.
But in the ISL, today's huge win doesn't make a difference. They could win all the matches 1-0. So therefore, from that perspective, it's important. Important for them is on the last match day on 14th of April. It is against Mohun Bagan. In an ideal case scenario, you are same on points. They theoretically just need a draw.
No, but I just want to ask you. I'm not a big fan of stats, but sometimes when you look at stats, when you see stats like this, Mumbai have conceded the least number of goals. Does it tell you a story about the defense? Are you saying that there are certain partnerships in the ISL that do really well, and this leads to fewer goals conceded, things like that? Or do we read like a little too much into stats sometimes?
Mumbai City doesn't have a settled backline.
Exactly. I mean,
so the
exactly.
interesting part with Mumbai City is nearly every match day, they've had a different backline. So that makes it very, very interesting that you've had, Royston Griffiths was there at the start of the season. Tiri was not fit. Then you were using Mehtab. You then started using Rahul Beke. You've used Valpuya at the back. Then you have Kroma and Tiri playing or Kroma playing, Beke playing, Mehtab playing, this playing, that playing. The only fixed point, so to say, was for most of the season was Akash Mishra. Every other position was being interchanged, and which again I give Mumbai City even more credit because I said it yesterday and day before when I was doing it on my own, these lives, that I think in December a lot of people would have bet on Goa, Kerala, and Odisha to win it. Mumbai City and Mohun Bagan were totally out of the discussion. But it shows you injuries peaking too early could harm your prospects, and that's an interesting one to see because who would have thought that, for example, Punjab FC is in the race for the top 6? And I've been saying this from you guys know that I've said it all this while. That's what I'm also still today saying. East Bengal and Chennai are not out of this race. This race is so insane. Now, if you win 2 matches, 3 matches from the last 4, 5, you can jump positions. So therefore, yesterday's match, that's why I said yesterday a lot, this 3-3 harms Goa and Punjab. Whoever would have won the game yesterday, Goa would have been back in the mix for the title. Punjab would have had an advantage in the race for 6th spot. So this is the crazy part at the moment of this championship race and the race for top 6 in the league. And Odisha is something that we've not spoken about in the last few weeks because Odisha with AFC Cup and losing at Chennai, that whole momentum has gone away from them. Tomorrow, maybe Kerala Blasters can start a new momentum. Tomorrow is a very, very important match day that Mohun Bagan have to go to the Blasters. And this is one of those games, if Ivan Vukovanovic and his side want something to get out of this and get a positive out of this, they will have to win tomorrow.
Yeah. Anva, I think for me, this is season defining, this game. Blasters versus Mohun Bagan. And I think for Mohun Bagan, it's season defining. If they win this, I think they win the title. because in this run to go away at Blasters and win after beating East Bengal in the derby, I think that just gives them the perfect lift. Hiren, do you think it's season defining that this match will sort of dictate where the title goes? Because I think if they lose, Mumbai win.
I, I think it's as sir mentioned, it's a very very important game in perspective of the title race because Kerala Blaster playing at their home are the you can say we have seen throughout the season they have best, and Mohun Bagan coming up with the derby win and that momentum and the Chris is mentioning who do you think the has better score depth and shapes over Mohun Bagan? I think the score depth of Mohun Bagan is also quite you can say stepping up. So I think it's a perfectly set it up match and definitely, if Mohun Bagan manage to win this match, they get that boost. But I think still that if Mumbai City is also you can say as Apuya is coming back after the injury and everything is sorted out, I think they are also looking in a great momentum. So I think the final showdown will be the decider rather than you can see this match because this is a must win from today's I think now on I think every Mohun Bagan left I think 5 matches and Mumbai City left 3 matches. So they win to every matches. There is a no now you can say a slip up point. Every match has to be won if you want to remain in the you can say title race or to not give an advantage to the opposition. Yeah, sir.
There's one point to add. Next week, the AFF will decide regarding the Jamshedpur Mumbai City match. So it
Match,
could be a
yeah,
little bit more advantage to Mumbai City if they'll get those 2 points. So then suddenly that
2 points.
advantage, which seems to be on Mohun Bagan side, and I've said this across the season, as long as, and you said it today, Rahul, as well, as long as you've not played your matches, those points are not in your bag. That's the proof. This
Best.
whole season has proven it X times that whoever thought, oh, listen, this team is running away, this team is running away, that we calculate. Remember when Blasters went top of the table, oh, Odisha had so many matches pending, oh, Goa has so many matches pending. It doesn't work that way. You have to win your matches and every match counts. I mean, would anyone have thought that Punjab FC would challenge Goa till the last second like they did yesterday? No.
Yes,
So
correct.
therefore, be it Jamshedpur, be it BFC, be it NorthEast, be it Punjab, even East Bengal and Chennai, they all still have to play. So, so therefore, that'll be very interesting to see how this all sort of shapes up. It makes it so interesting, and again, as I said, it's a reality of the interestingness of this whole league. This season is that it has been so close, but it now looks like the teams what we would have expected at the top at the start seem to be getting to those positions, right? So that makes it very interesting at the moment.
Yeah. Econ alone saying he doesn't think it's season defining if Mohun Bagan beat the Blasters. They still have to play Punjab, BFC, and Mumbai themselves. So they could drop points. Fair enough. Yeah. Do I believe in BFC to make it to the playoffs? I do actually right now. It looks good at the moment. I mean, given the results in the last 1-2 weeks and BFC winning
Yes,
their matches, it
condition
looks
are favorables. Currently, the condition are favorable for this game.
But what
Tough
did I
matches.
say at the
Bengaluru
top?
has a tough matches.
Exactly.
नहीं नहीं
Again, they have
हाँ
to win their matches. No, that is
yeah, yeah.
now the problem.
नहीं 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 सर नहीं
बताओ.
नहीं नहीं बीएफसी के साथ एक चीज और है कि जो रिमेनिंग मैचेस है उनके वो सारे टॉप 5 टीम के साथ है बाकी टीम का ऐसा नहीं है सो दैट्स आल्सो द चैलेंज कि आपका
Yeah.
टॉप 5 टीम के साथ मैचेस है यू हैव टू बी ऑन योर ए गेम टू बीट द टॉप साइड सो आई थिंक दैट मेक्स
We've
little
just
bit
got
tougher
East
for
Bengal.
BFC but they have a very good chance
We've just got East Bengal away. That's the only, I think,
हाँ
non-top
एक
side. And then you've got Odisha, Mohun Bagan, and Goa. So
गोवा
yeah, going to be interesting.
I think
Yeah,
if we look at
we've got
BFC,
Mohun Bagan.
I think BFC's two most important matches are before and after the international break. You're playing last match away in Goa, and then you host Odisha. So
Correct,
if BFC loses those two, then suddenly the pressure is back on BFC because
BFC.
Goa and Odisha also have to win. So therefore, that's why it's an interesting fact that that all the teams in and around, and even Hyderabad can influence this whole race. So therefore, that's it's a crazy situation. So therefore, every match counts. As long as you've not won a match or drawn a match, meaning not getting 3 points or 1 points, don't calculate, okay, I'm going to get the points.
Yep. Yep. I think for BFC, it's just I'm backing the side to hopefully win their home games and just get a draw somewhere. If that happens, I think we're through. So 6 points at least.
So you're thinking 27, 28 points will be enough for top 6?
Yeah, I think so. I think 27 should do it. I know. I think because Jamshedpur, Punjab, all these other teams have got 3 games left, and for them to get 6, 7 points again is too much. I think if BFC can get 6 points from these last 4 games, I think it should be enough. It's going to be fun. It's going to.
Hiren?
I think for me 27. I think it will be the enough point.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. But Aryan saying Punjab will make it to 6. That's interesting again.
I would have said if they'd won yesterday, I think Punjab would have made a massive push yesterday with a win against Goa, and it was possible. But now with 21 points, 3 matches remaining, meaning you have to win at least 2 out of 3. As you said, I think that's why I said Chennai also is not out of it with 18 points, right? Chennai have 4 matches to play. So if Chennai now suddenly picks up a winning streak, I mean, if Chennai has an incredible winning streak and says, listen, they win the remaining 4 matches, they can get to 30 points. So suddenly Chennai could be the team, right? So therefore, from 11 to 1st, there's a lot to play for.
Yep. I think we spoke about this. Rashid asking, he's saying 46 should be enough for the. I think 46 will definitely be enough. I don't know why you think anything lower than that also would do it.
No, I think 45 at least. If I look at also Mumbai on 19, they have at least 2 more matches to go. That means they have 45. I think 2 wins they'll have to get. And amongst those 2 wins, 1 would have to be against Mohun Bagan.
Yeah. So effectively, the other side drops points anyways in that contest. Exactly. Which is why I think 46 would get it done, because your one team loses 3 points basically on that day. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So yeah, Mumbai will get 3 points most likely by next week. Says Ashu.
Two more next week. 2 points.
2 more, yeah. 2 more.
Yeah, they already have 1 on the board. But again, that makes. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm calculating with 45. So Mumbai can get to 47. They can get to 50 actually.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So they're on 39 at the moment. They could go then to 41, and 41 means 3 remaining. They could go to 50. I mean, that would be insane. But again, yes, as you said, I think 46, 47 most probably would do, because again, I think interesting will be what Mohun Bagan and Mumbai City do in the remainder, and of course if Odisha can get themselves together, because the momentum has been broken, and playing day after against Central Coast Mariners will not be an easy one, so therefore it will be interesting to see.
Yeah. I think if Mumbai was not playing Mohun Bagan, then the bar would have been a slightly higher, probably been around 48
for
49,
both. Yeah, exactly.
For both. But yeah, now that they're going to take points off each other, it's going to get a little lesser. But yeah, Hiren, that's where we stand with regards to this. Of course, there's a big game tomorrow. It's huge. Again, context to the title race. We're talking about Mohun Bagan, but we haven't really spoken about the Blasters. It's almost like we've written them off. They played 17 games, 29 points. It's over, isn't it? I mean, they can get to a max of 44 points. So is that season over for Kerala Blasters as far as the league shield is concerned? 5 wins.
I think so. In calculation wise, as you mentioned that they can go to 44, but still in वो वहां तक जाने के लिए भी आपको सारे मैचेस जीतने पड़ेंगे. And that's the difficult task to do, जो हमने देखा है. And दूसरी चीज ये भी है केरला ब्लास्टर के साथ की इंजरीज और जिस तरह से सारा सीजन अभी पर्टिकुलरली सेकंड हाफ में जिस तरह से उन्होंने खेला है, आई थिंक वो एज एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं. compared to agar first half देखो. So definitely it's an interesting game against Mohun Bagan, and Ivan Vukonovic makes some interesting statement in the today's press conference also. So I'm really excited to see because his future is also in a hand. So I think it's a must-win game for Kerala Blaster to get the momentum and everything. And Mohun Bagan is currently on red hot form, as we seen in Derby also. So it's a quite interesting challenge for Kerala Blaster. And if they manage to able to beat them, then I think that they get the confidence, and that can be very very crucial in the playoff also. They can beat a top side also. So I think in that sense they are playing at the home. Everything is really nicely set it up for the Kerala Blasters. Challenge is high because individual brilliance in Mohun Bagan side we have seen in couple of past couple of matches that they can score from the you can say कि just flick of a moment. So I think that's the thing जो यहाँ पे केला ब्लास्टर को थोड़ा सा careful रहना होगा. Other than that, I think it's equally you can say कि battle between both the sides.
A cracking fixture awaiting us. But before we move on, guys, any idea as to when the national team squad will be announced, final squad for Afghanistan?
I guess it will be around
14th.
13th, 14th.
Yeah. So, we should get some news on it. We're getting very, very close to those games as well.
I mean, most probably tomorrow. Sorry, yeah, 13th, 14th. I felt it was quite far away. It's either tomorrow or
This
day after.
tomorrow, day after.
Because on
Ah,
15th, India leaves. So, yeah, sorry, yeah. Sometimes you forget, we're already nearly in the middle of March, the year is nearly finished. So,
Yep. Is the second half record for Ivan worse than his away record? I mean,
at the moment, it looks like it because, again, it is, it is to me is that his record at the start this season was very, very good. But it seems like either they start strong or end badly, or they start badly and end strongly. So it doesn't seem to get it together for a whole season.
yep.
Aryan भाई का so Aryan is saying that भाई Ikar Guruskana is out of the season, so that will not happen now.
Yeah, unfortunately, but yeah, I still don't think he would have played two strikers together, two foreign strikers together. Just don't see that happening, especially when you've got so many Indian wingers who are doing well. I just didn't think that would have happened.
सर ये रानित अधिकारी का क्वेश्चन इकास रिप्लेसमेंट मुंबई सिटी ला रहा है कोई रिप्लेसमेंट या दे विल गो विद द 5 foreigners?
They're looking, but again, you have to find someone who's a free agent. So therefore, that's not an easy one. So if they find someone, let's see where this will, So for me, if they can find someone, who can add something as a striker, as a backup striker, I think it wouldn't be bad if they can find someone. But again, you have to find a free agent, so that's the difficulty, or someone from a league where the transfer window is open, so who can get transferred to India on a free.
Hiren, is Vikram's play or game style reminding you of a certain Portuguese striker?
It's मतलब नहीं no doubt Vikram Pratap Singh has a great talent potential, but comparison I think as a fan definitely हम वो थोड़ा सा हमारा वो रहता है कि इसके साथ हम compare करते हैं उसके साथ but Vikram Pratap Singh is just starting and his game style maybe one or two moments give you that you can say feeling that he looks like that, but I think he needs to prove a lot of things for so many years. And let's hope so for India. I think he can be that role model and play consistently and do well. That's my hope, because we see many Indian players come up with a great potential shown in the first season, second season they are completely you can say fade away. So I think that I don't want to see with Vikram Pratap Singh, because he has a great mentality, great character, great player. So I think let's hope so he continue with that.
Absolutely. I know Das is asking. Hiren said the league share will be more clear as we approach the international break. We're almost there. Who's winning the league, Sheila? No.
Mohun
I
Bagan or
said
Mumbai
it.
City में से एक को.
I said before it'll go down to the wire, and I stick to it. Again, Mumbai City, Mohun Bagan most probably is going to be a key match. The question now is what can Sajid Obera and Odisha do? Because I think Blasters is difficult, but again they need to go on a winning run. So if they start tomorrow, then suddenly the equation changes. Um, on the other side, Manolo Marquez seems to not be able to find the right solutions for Goa at the moment, and he's sort of in he was very honest in the last few days, and what his own mental state is. I don't know how good that is when a coach is being honest, with his sort of own opinions and these problems, and it's not helping them. So therefore, yeah, Odisha, important to see what they do. Otherwise, it's a two-horse race. But I still, again, I'm counting everybody in still. I think tomorrow will be, do we make it two out of, do we cut off Kerala Blasters from the race, or does Kerala Blasters make a heroic comeback tomorrow, and
Hmm.
and actually damage Mohun Bagan from that perspective, right? If they win against Mohun Bagan, it puts quite a bit of pressure on Mohun Bagan.
Yeah. Interesting. Kiran, two-horse race for you as well. I mean, Arnava hasn't said it. Sorry, two-horse race for you.
For me, yes, because I think Odisha also has to play just before the international break. They have to play again the second leg of games, and that will be deciding factor for their mentality. And that's a good thing also in a way. They get an international break to regroup, and the last leg of the season they need to come with a, you can see, all ground basing and win all of the matches to put the pressure and hope that Mohun Bagan and Mumbai City drop up on it. But I think that will be too much stuff to ask. So for me, I think it's either it will be Mumbai City or Mohun Bagan.
Interesting. It's, I know we've given our small title predictions, but we still have a few games to go. And now, on tomorrow's game, the Blasters versus Mohun Bagan. What are you expecting from this?
First of all, we'll be interested to see if the Blasters fans come out in big numbers. I think that's going to be an interesting one, and support their team, because I think the Blasters fans can be that 12th man, which can make a difference. Again, the Blasters have been inconsistent, so I don't know how they are. Sort of in what kind of mental frame shape are the Blasters at the moment. Uh, Mohun Bagan under Habas have a clear game plan, and the foreign strike force is firing. I think that's the biggest danger for everybody else. Yeah, Navneet, Sahal reception. Yeah, that's another one. The first time that Sahal Abdul Samad returns to Kerala will be very interesting. They might be friendly before the game, but I don't think they'll be friendly during the game. And
Yeah.
so therefore, I think it's one of those games, and I think Habas has once more proven what an experienced, mature head coach can do to a talented team. So for me, he has proven again and again what a quality coach he is. He's proven it, and if you win multiple titles and you do small little things and turn around this, and I said it from the start, uh, 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 um, that shows you the class of the coach. You work in within weeks from a huge crisis. You've taken this team to the top of the league. Huge respect for Senor Habas.
Yep, absolutely. Hiren, your thoughts on Mohun Bagan in coming into this game? Of course, they're full of confidence. They're doing well, and yeah, what are you expecting from
I
them?
think definitely सर ने जैसे mention किया कि एंटोनी हबास का जो रोल रहा है after the taking over as a head coach, I think that's a clearly visible on the team's uh, character, spirit, intent, whatever you call it. I think the players which were you can see fans criticized in the first half of the season, are also looks like they are stepping up in under the Antonio Hoba. So that's the confidence I think a coach can put it into the players and their atmosphere in the dressing room. I think that is the most important thing. The behind scene atmosphere is more crucial to you can say get the output in the on field matches. So I think that's the clearly visible now with the Mohun Bagan side. The player there was a never a doubt when they are performing bad. Also there was a never doubt about the talent because there were some quality Indian players and foreign players, and to just to make it them together as a work is the challenge for any coach. And Antonio Havas with that experience, I think perfectly shown that how you can work with this talented group of players. And I think that you can say the momentum, that confidence, also reflecting on the youngster, whoever you can say stepping up in the Mohun Bagan side. So I think that's a great to see, and I think Jason Kimmings has get a lot of criticism in the first half of the season, but now he was also get that confidence scoring those crucial goals, and he's I think also third or fourth top goal scorer. So that's a good thing for Mohun Bagan to get him in the great form. Petratos is obviously their main man without a doubt. And backline is also looking good. So I think under Antonio Havas, I think they are in a very dangerous team to be beat today. If you ask me today that whichever team you do is the most dangerous one at the moment, for me it's Mohun Bagan. So I think that's shows their quality, and definitely it's not going to be easy for Kerala Blaster at all because their backline is shaky. In the last couple of matches, I think मिलोस त्रिंसिक फॉर्म इज ऑल्सो नॉट लुकिंग ग्रेट जो हमें पहले फर्स्ट हाफ ऑफ द सीजन में देखने को मिला था कि इज बीन एब्सोल्युटली ब्रिलियंट बट सेकंड हाफ ऑफ द सीजन में मिलोस त्रिंसिक फॉर्मी पाम Leskovic in and out and everyone I think is not looking in a great test, so it will be a challenge to stop that you can say fierce front line of the Mohun Bagan, but it will be a great match.
Yep. On Mohun Bagan, Anwar, you think does Kauko also deserve credit as much as Habas, if not more?
Kauko surely deserves credit. Yoni Kauko has given them the stability in the midfield that they were lacking at the start of the season. So therefore, yes. But I think as important as he is, Habas has also been able to get the rest of the team working. I mean, we saw Dimi Petratos was there from the start trying to do everything. But now you see Cummings scoring, you see Sadiku scoring, Manveer Singh in a much better form. Defense now also, especially Hector Juste in good form. So therefore, on the other side, it's an interesting scenario. And what I said at the start of the season, that if you look at the squad, Mohun Bagan looks the strongest squad in the ISL, and now they are playing like that. They have the strongest squad in the ISL, despite some injuries, niggles, and stuff other here.
Rachit makes another interesting point. He says, just to mind you, Mohun Bagan will be playing Mumbai City just after 2 days of playing BFC. Hiren, how big sort of a difference will that make in the title race? You think it's too close, and will that affect the performance on the
I,
final
th-
day?
I Yes, today Antonio Havas also mentioned about it. We are playing in a 48 hours. So definitely it's a toll on the player whoever continuously playing those matches. Definitely, and particularly Indian weather condition. It's a challenge with this humidity. Now we are approaching a summer in India, so it will be challenge to play a back-to-back matches in a 48 hours for Mohun Bagan. Some of the players, and if a player like maybe Johnny Poco gets injured, then your next couple of matches will be as dangerous as it can be. So I think that will be the challenge to get you can see result without you can see your main players getting injured. So it will be a really you can see not you. I would not say it's a only point, but I think it will definitely play a little bit role if team gets you can see a little bit. Um, Same level performance as the previous match.
Yep, fair enough. Sushmit's asking two questions. I think one, the first is Achilles heel for Mohun Bagan against the Blasters, and the second is, isn't there a 72-hour cool down rule?
Yeah, but that's there, no? You're playing on a Saturday and then you're playing on a Wednesday. Of course, it's 1 hour less because the derby was played at 8:30. But
Hmm.
there is no rule. There have been matches in the past within 48 hours, forced because of delays, weather, and other stuff. So there, ideal is ideal would be 4 days in Indian condition. So from that perspective, but if you look at the whole season, I discussed it at the start of the season multiple times that the scheduling will be an issue. Um, that is now the situation with 12 teams, Asian Cup in there, with FIFA match days, with Duran Cup, Asian Games, this, that, everything. It is something. And now, still, it's okay. It's middle of March. I think in 4 weeks it will become an issue, especially in Kolkata. A 7:30 kickoff, if it's 40 degrees or plus over the daytime, that Salt Lake Stadium is like a furnace, like a real furnace, and that might be an issue towards the end of the season. That's why also people who are calling for the ISL to change schedules, if not having parallel matches, but some people are saying, oh, let's do matches at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, at 5:30, this and that and everything. In Indian conditions, it's difficult. The problem is with the transport. Otherwise, I would have said, you know what, 10:30 kickoffs at night would actually be better.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not going to happen. And in Spain, they do that, right? They've delayed Sevilla's matches have been delayed to even midnight kickoffs because it was 45
Yes.
degrees daytime in the summers. So that is something, again, and this is something where the leadership in the AFF with the leadership of FSDL need to find solutions, which on one side, you've listened to the fans and said, listen, let's do 7:30 kickoffs. On the other side, for the players, the later in the day you had the match kickoffs, the better it would be.
Yep. Sorry, Hiren, I'm bringing it back to Mumbai City because Utkarsh is asking whether Vikram can
I think,
replace Sunil Chetri as a striker. I think topic we've discussed before, but anyways.
yeah,
Yeah.
we discussed, and Aruna sir has perfectly mentioned that he can be a great potential prospect for that role. Let hope so. I think हम तो चाहते ही है कि भाई कोई भी प्लेयर यहाँ पे एक सक्सेसर हमें मिले, but they need to perform consistently on the league, on the for the national team, and then we can say that he can be the, you can say, the successor of Sunil Chhetri. So it's not going to be easy. He needs to prove himself in the international level. And let's hope so. Vikram Pratap Singh has that potential, and let's see how he's going to perform in upcoming international matches whenever he gets the chances, and then we can say little bit more confidently say that he can be that successor.
Yep. Navneet is asking, can schedules be made a little more personal than generic? He's saying if the stadium is in the city, you can have games go later, like for example in a Bangalore.
I think what the league has done over the last decade is try to again have one sort of fixed match time, which is that 7:30 or 8 o'clock fixture, and then of course an afternoon fixture at 5:30. So they've gone with that. Again, this is sort of not a traditional way of scheduling football. It's more of how you have scheduled IPL in cricket. So from that perspective, that's what they've been doing. And to me, that is something, yeah, that's been around now for a while. It can be discussed, but I think a lot of things regarding scheduling needs to be looked at in general. So therefore, but again, that's going to be something for the next decade. Let's put it this way: this is the first decade, and it is like that, and therefore it is. I mean, Ashu's saying yes, this is an exception because of AFC Asian Cup to some extent, yes. But again, potentially the league will have 13 teams next year, so which means more matches, right? You
Yeah.
have to factor in the Federation or Super Cup, whatever cup competition we have. So all these things are factors which is going to be part of the scheduling. Then you have, why was the derby on last Sunday started later? Because there was a huge political rally in Kolkata and the police didn't want to give cover and all that stuff. So these are all Indian realities which will not change.
Yep. Now, before we get to scoreline, I think another factor that you sort of didn't see coming for the ISL as a challenge was the WPL, and I think now that has sort of posed its own threat. Hiren, you think because of the WPL now that starts sort of a month or a month and a half before the IPL will cause much of an issue?
I don't, to be honest, अगर मेरी बात मतलब मैं एज ए फुटबॉल फैन बात करूँ, मैं क्रिकेट भी पहले देखता था, तो it didn't you can say कि care too much. I think whoever the football fans they don't you can say कि got into the that direction कि WPL चल रहा है तो फिर हम ISL नहीं देखेंगे. I still didn't watch a single WPL match. I watch cricket, but I still didn't watch a single WPL match. And I in between I watch you can say football matches. So I don't see that's a huge you can say the major difference between the you can say watching or broadcasting the football matches with WPL. So that's my opinion as a football fan. But I think other might be considered that today WPL matches is going with the ISL matches. Then he
Hmm.
definitely choose WPL match.
Fair enough. I know scoreline prediction for tomorrow.
Oh, that's a good one. Scoreline prediction for tomorrow. I would think 2-2.
Okay, 2-2. Fair enough. Interesting. Hiren?
My prediction was also 2-2, but I feel it might be a 2-1 for Mohun Bagan.
Okay. Hiren is hoping Mohun Bagan continue put pressure on Mumbai City. Aryan saying 3-2. 3-2 to whom, Aryan? I'm guessing the Blasters because they're the home side, or is it Mohun Bagan? Can you just, it'd be nice if you could just confirm. Yeah, Navneet again saying I remember this day because again the Blasters game clashed with RCB playing at Kantirwas. It was absolutely crazy. But yeah, I think the football fans, if you're a hardcore football fan, you'll be there. If you're a hardcore fan, you'll be there. It happened for 2 weekends in a row actually in Bangalore. It was quite funny. But yeah.
And I think Rahul, I think that there is enough space for both the sport lovers. I don't see it's you can say it 1 lakh people and they are only the cricket and football fans. I don't see that. I think there are enough space for cricket fans and enough space for the football fans. So I think we need to move on that you can say that is the only reason that football is not getting the you can say the watching or the fans, to be honest. I think maybe it can play a role of 5-10%. I don't deny that, but I think completely you can say it drop down onto the viewership is not depend on the that thing.
Okay. Um, Anova, thoughts on Naushad Musa taking charge of 123s?
It's still under discussion, so it's not decided. So if Naushad would do it, great, but it's not decided yet. So let's see what happens.
Fair enough. Yep, I think that's pretty much what we had for today. But Hiren, again, I just wanted to say that I understand again what you were saying about the WPL and um, Indian football. Again, my opinion. I think my worry is still that it could affect a good chunk of ISL viewership because I just see the number of people just again it's the brand thing. I think at least when it comes to Bangalore, that when RCB is playing, it doesn't really matter who it is. I think people just go and watch it, and that brand thing will always be there. I'm just again, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Couple of years, I'm a hardcore football fan, so I will be where the football is. But some people might not, so we'll have to see. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining in. Please like and share our videos. Subscribe to all the channels. Sports Kabri, Kiris Harry, and Arun Foot. We'll be back tomorrow.
And just an info,
Good night,
as
guys.
some Mumbai City fans asked me, I'll be doing a little bit of a post show, so to say. I was requested by some people. I'm going to start in about 15 minutes. So if you want to hop over on Arun Foot, please join in. Even you guys are welcome to join in later on, Rahul and Hiren. So therefore, if you want to join in about at 10:35, I'll be starting another live.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Good night.
Good night, guys.